one. Hello, Angie Austin here, along with newsmen Chris Barnes and John DeMaster. We have some of the top trending stories of the day, some of the hot topics, some of the water cooler stories. Get that? Remember the old water cooler?
Yeah, do they still have them? We call them bubblers now, I guess, huh?
I think
We ought to call these bubbler stories.
I thought they used to be. It used to be a bubbler.
Oh, were they? I don't know.
For me,
they used to be. They used to be called water coolers. So
yes,
I don't know.
and well, now I call them playground stories because we wait outside the school on the hot pavement or whatever for the kids. And so the moms are like, did you hear the one about the beef jerky drone? You now can get a burrito from Chipotle delivered by drone. And then we've got the 18-karat gold toilet that you can actually use. It's part of an art exhibit at the Guggenheim. And then a really unique way that a drug suspect got rid of his drugs. I don't know if it worked or not. And why are some colleges, one in particular, not letting parents tour the dorms? In Colorado, I don't think you'll be shocked. Let's start, John DeMaster, with the runaway robot. It's like escaping and getting out and like socializing or something.
Hey, we're working on high tech here, and I'm working on my video editing. So there's the robot.
Oh, I see him. He's handsome.
Isn't he cute? Well, you know why? Because he got arrested. The poor thing got arrested. He managed to wander away. I think now this is the third time where he's run away from home, and this time he showed up at a political event. His name is Promobot, and he's going to be looking for a new home, I think, soon, because I think they're getting really sick of him. Didn't we talk last month one time about how maybe Promobot was going to be disassembled and taken apart because he's just gotten too smart? So
well,
this time he
remember
officially got
that
arrested.
bot that traveled the country, and it was traveling the country, and it had a pick me up on a hitchhiker sign, and then it took pictures all over the country. But then it went to what's Philly known as? The city of brotherly love.
City of brother, yeah, it was not so much in this case, right?
It got beaten to a pulp at the city of brotherly love. That was so appalling to me. All right,
and they had no motive. You know, they just decided they were going to rip the thing apart. That was terrible.
All right, mine, we understand Chipotle is testing, delivering burritos, hopefully without any salmonella or any other strange diseases. And also Amazon. But now, this is one of my favorite. There's already a prototype for it. It's called the Jerky Bot. And I'm a big fan of, like, all things. Can you see it?
You got to go up and you're high tech here.
I'm a big fan of all things beef jerky, elk jerky, turkey jerky, beef jerky, and it's like a cutting board, and then it follows you around. So whenever you want a piece of beef jerky,
that looks like animation. Is that real?
No, there is one. There's They showed the whole prototype. I have another video, and it shows how the prototype was made, and they show like the assembly and how it works. And
look at that!
Isn't that wild?
Wow.
So he can get his snaps. Yeah.
Video editing over there. This is amazing
tech
stuff.
Okay, so just a little something to think of.
Nobody else does what we do.
Drones going high tech. Well, we're on the radio, so whatever. All right. Let's talk, Chris. Your story is about an 18-karat gold throne or toilet.
Yeah, it's something now that you can not only view at the Guggenheim Museum in New York City starting today, but you can actually use it. This is a piece of artwork. It's part of a show that's being put on there by the Italian artist Maurizio Catalan, and he replaced a toilet in the museum's fourth floor restroom with this fully functional 18-karat gold toilet. And so now you get to shut the door and lock it, of course, and privately use it to, let's say, make some art of your own, so to speak.
Oh my God! Okay, here's my. May I please ask you? Whenever I go to like the Getty, for instance, not the Guggenheim, I'm sure it's very similar. You have the old retired dude, and he is there in that wrinkly coat and like the sensible shoes, and he makes sure that my kids don't step too close to the painting. Is he in the bathroom with you to make sure you don't do anything to the toilet?
No. This is a perfectly private private bathroom.
Okay. All right.
It's according to your gender identity, I understand.
Oh,
but
stop it.
Donald Trump was asked about it and said, "Toilet made of gold. What's such a big deal about that? I have got many toilets made of gold."
That is not a direct quote, by the way.
Huge.
That is not a direct quote. All right, John, a drug suspect. What's going on?
Well, he got caught. He got busted in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and he had heroin and cocaine in his pocket. Heroin and cocaine in Scranton, yes. So the Scranton Times says, how did he try and get rid of it? He wet himself.
Wait, but they're usually in baggies, so all he has is he has wet pants, he's peed his pants, and then the stuff's in baggies. How is it in paper or something? If you peed, would the paper get wet and it dissolve? Did it work?
Well, Here's what happened. Police said he was not successful, and they found 5 small bags of heroin, 4 small bags of cocaine, and $3,000 in cash. Wouldn't it have been funny if that had been dissolved, but the drugs were still there?
Hey,
I just think he was trying to come up with an excuse for why he wet himself.
I give him an
That's
A. For
probably
creativity.
true.
I give him an A for creativity. All right, speaking of something
right.
interesting, this isn't even a college in Colorado. You know, there are many areas now where marijuana is legal, and apparently student tour guides outside of a college in Philadelphia, wow, we got a lot of Philly stories, say they've been told not to
Yes.
bring prospective students or their parents into a dormitory because it frequently reeks of marijuana. So now when they tour, they can't go through the dorms. So like, well, I'd like to see where little Jimmy's going to be sleeping. Going to tour the dorms? No, ma'am, the dorms are off limit because of the smell of marijuana. I mean, are you
This
kidding
is like
me?
all of the dorms. It's not a particular. It's not like the Animal House dorm. It's no dorms on the campus are
It's
being
my
toured.
understanding that the dorms frequently smell of marijuana, but
Wow.
who knows? You know, I don't really know the smell. I've heard people go, or you know, my friends may go, "Oh, it smells like marijuana." I don't really know what it smells like, so some of the moms may not know. But anyway, they won't get that on the tour that at all. But Chris, you've got another really creative pot story that is. This is pretty bad.
Yeah, by the way, first I got to tell you, my mom, we talk about my mom a lot being so innocent. The other day, we were walking through the building here where we live, and she said, "Oh, somebody's burning incense. Isn't that nice?" I was like, yeah, Mom, I don't think that's incense. Anyway, so here, moving on to this other story. A 33-year-old woman in Florida, South Florida, ends up getting in trouble because she's driving around, and she's got her young niece in the car with her. And all of a sudden, she looks in the rear view, and here's a police officer pulling her over. And the police officer, when he ends up getting to the window, he ends up smelling marijuana. It must have been. He said,
He knew
"Gee,
the smell.
yeah, he knew that. Yes, he knew the smell." He said, "I've been to Philadelphia. I've been to their dormitories." But anyway, he said that he calling back to an earlier joke.
Yeah, very good. That's good. That's good. You should get into
you like
comedy. Yeah.
Well, incense.
But anyway,
Were they
so
burning
he
incense?
said, yeah, that she first told him it was incense. No, anyway, he said, you know, he smelled the marijuana. And what was kind of an embarrassment beyond that was he discovered that in her rush to try to cover things up, she had taken her stash, so to speak, and stuck it in her young niece's lunchbox.
So
And that
uncool.
ended up. Yeah, so she ended up being charged with, besides possession of marijuana and driving with a suspended license, she also got charged with child neglect.
All right, I've got one for you. That's pretty bad in the little, you know, my Hello Kitty lunchbox. Hello Kitty, you want to get high? You know what I mean? It's like, that's come
good.
on, fess up.
New marketing
would ya?
campaign?
Fess up. You know, don't let the little kid have, you know, pot in its lunchbox. Okay, longest lightning bolt ever recorded. I think this is so wild. It's 199 miles long. And so that is like the distance between New York City to Washington, D.C., which Barnes tells me on a good day takes about 4 hours. The longest lasting lightning flash lasted almost 8 seconds. And so they figure this bolt was 199, it traveled 199 miles. I think that's kind of cool.
It is. I always had people were telling me that lightning actually doesn't come down from the sky. It goes up from the ground. But I've never been able to
I've never heard that.
understand that. Oh, really?
I
No,
don't know.
look that
That's
up.
true.
No.
Well,
All right. So what
I-
about, well, what does it hit high things then, like high trees? So you have friends that obviously are not scientists, but we'll dissect that story later. What about hello self-driving cars? Goodbye 4.1 million jobs.
Well, this is kind of a downer. We've been talking about all these great and interesting and fun stories, and this one's just talking about how as we get more and more automated and we have more and more self-driving cars, less and less people are going to have jobs. You think about the taxi drivers, you think about the Uber drivers, you know, the people that are putting these things together. Maybe they're, you know, they worked in a factory and in a line for a long, long time, but maybe they don't know how to program these things. So there's going to be a lot of changes in the auto industry with these self-driving cars. So they're talking about 4.1 million jobs could go away as we start to get these self-driving cars.
And jobs in the auto industry just in the last few days. They've mentioned going to Mexico. So maybe
Yes.
now Mexico will have to build a wall and keep us from going down there to get jobs. And did you hear?
Oh,
go ahead,
my.
get that.
Chris,
No, go ahead,
Chris,
you get that.
grab that.
You get that.
Hang on,
Mom.
I'm getting the call. Hello?
You selling any incense? Do you have any incense for sale?
Yeah, it's my dealer. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, whoever
Stop
it was is
it.
gone.
This is my professional YouTube channel. All right. So
The wheels have come off.
Let's go. I completely have lost my train of thought. So let's do the best day of the week to start your vacation. Because what was he just telling us? The jobs. Oh, did you know that Mexico does want to build a wall, but not towards the U.S.? They want it to the south because
Outside.
people are trying to get into Mexico from the south.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
Did you know they want to build the wall from the up down? No, anyway.
Oh, all right. So here we go. The best day or the best time of the week to start your vacation. A lot of us just figure, we take a week. Apparently, especially if you're an entrepreneur, when you're needed the least. So think about, what important things are going down. Also, right after a national holiday, you can also do, extend a weekend. I thought it'd be like Tuesday, but no, that's really boring.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next story. I thought
just
that'd be
giving
much
Am I
better.
needed any less on one particular day than the other? I think
Right.
I'm not.
No. You're needed more on every
Chris
day.
thinks he's needed every day. John apparently feels he's not needed by our show on Thursdays and Fridays when he has the kids.
No. Yeah,
He's like,
I got to
you
get
guys
them
don't
to
need
school.
me as much on Thursday and Friday, do you?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, because
I just-
you got the kids? I got kids every day,
Can we just
bro.
play music? Just play music.
All right,
Hey,
last one. Google, Chris.
Okay, and
is,
then I got to set the record straight
Okay.
about something else.
Oh,
Google
dear.
is cracking down on crime from space. Oh, and I've got one more, too.
Yes, the crime from space thing would specifically be illegal fishing. Now you've got the eyes in the skies every place you go, everything you're doing. Baltimore's in trouble because the government there has been undisclosed to the populace. They've had planes in the air that have been keeping an eye on everything on the streets of the city of Baltimore. Now Google is partnering with an advocacy group for the Healthy Oceans movement, and they're going to be able to keep an eye on all of the oceans on the planet in real time. They're going to be able to watch every fishing vessel that is at work
Just
and be
like-
able to determine
just like the
whether
Lord.
it is. Yeah, it's you'd think. I know. Think about it, and they're going to be able, or like Santa, because they're going to know.
He's like the Lord. Santa
They're
doesn't
gonna-
watch fishermen.
I mean, they're going to know if you're naughty or nice because
Right.
apparently they have a database that will be able to immediately tell if that fishing vessel they're looking at
I'm
is
sorry, it's fascinating.
licensed to be operating.
All right, last
And
thing.
by the
Great.
way,
Go ahead.
Okay,
Okay.
go
Last
ahead.
thing. A new study says kids who play video games more than an hour a day might have behavioral problems. They say if they do it a couple hours a week, they actually have some mental benefits like improved hand-to-eye coordination. But they looked at kids 7 to 11, those who played 9 hours a week, and that's not really that outrageous for a lot of kids. They play a lot of games. They have the most behavior problems, and some of those games, people, are very violent. That's all I'm saying. What do you want to set straight?
Yes.
Is lightning? Does lightning go up or down? Here on a scientific website, the answer is both. As cloud-to-ground lightning comes from the sky down, but the part that humans see comes from the ground up.
Part we see.
No.
Okay. All right,
Look
Mr.
at that.
Know-it-all. I'm going to cut you off now. Thanks for trying to make us feel stupid. But it does. So
Look
it goes
at that.
cloud to ground and then back up. Got it. Boy, this was a lot of fun. I hope this is better tomorrow. Are we still on?
Hey, I'm taking vacation.
Are you? Yeah. You can take vacation from here on out.